Well, here I am. This is me, and here is our brand new boat and the primary focus of our new YouTube channel. Our boat will be named NOP, which stands for It's Not Our Problem, Is It? Which is the core methodology behind us maintaining stress levels. So I will give you a better tour of the boat now than I was able to yesterday. It was pouring down rain yesterday, and we got a nice break in the weather today. So here we go. Back here at the stern, we got a 9.8 horsepower Tohatsu outboard engine. I was not expecting this boat to have one, but it does have a inboard engine as well, which apparently does not work. I will be working on that in the future, a future project. So as you can see, we've got all of the mast and rigging down. I am currently working on vacuuming out the 3 inches of water that was on the inside, even after Eric helped me pump out the water yesterday. More accumulated on the drive home and overnight, so vacuumed out more. All of these sails have been pulled out, and I will be unrolling them, cleaning them, seeing if there's any that need to be repaired, which ones we have, which ones we don't have. And right now the vent is open and airing out. So let's go on down inside. I do not like these stairs. They are far too steep. I'm going to add pads to the bottom, which will kick them out more to this angle, which is not in a huge improvement, but it's better than nothing. It's better than what it is now, practically walking backwards down a pair of stairs. Everything on this boat needs work. Everything. All of the wiring has been cut, rolled. Most of it, I don't even know where it goes yet. I'm going to have to figure all that out, which is not a problem for me. Mattresses, probably have them deep cleaned or possibly even reupholstered. They're okay as is. I just don't like the plastic nature of them. The fabric and plastic, I'd like it rather to be all one kind. New stove obviously is needed, which is good, so we can pick exactly what we want. The main cabin here, very tiny but very cozy. Here's the vent, which I think is causing most of our leaking problems. I will definitely be getting something better than that to prevent the leaking. As I said, everything needs work. Here is where the toilet will be. Decent amount of storage. Holding tanks are probably under there. Looks like another sail up there forward. We've got some kind of a cover here and some blankets, fans. So this is our new boat. I will be working on this over the next couple of weeks and months. We do plan on using this boat while working on it, so expect both videos of maintenance and videos of sailing. We are primarily focusing on cruising sailing, so there won't be any races, or if there is, there's be very few races. Let me walk forward a little bit. Another thing that I do not like about this particular setup is this port side railing seems to be angled into the boat, which makes it extremely narrow and very irritating getting down this side of the boat. I will be changing that so that it's more leaning to the outside of the boat, much more like the right hand side, the starboard side, is actually easy to walk down because the angles are properly angled outward. So here's the bow. This boat came with a roller furling jib, which I thoroughly enjoy that. Easily able to raise and lower the mast. I will be making some adjustments to how it's done, but it is doable with one person, and I plan on making it even easier to do with one person. It needs a lot of its rigging. I need to get everything set up, put the mast back up, not here, but when we put it on the lake and cruise on the engine and anchor somewhere and put up the mast, figure out what rigging it has, what rigging it needs, what rigging it has that needs to be replaced, and everything should be relatively easy. Here at the bow, I plan on adding a seat into the nose area here for enjoyment while cruising. There's a lot of things that I plan on doing with this boat, and I think that this is the perfect boat to be doing it with. It's a very strong, well-built boat. Last production was in the 80s, early 80s, and they're built strong enough that they're still around. I am noticing a number of cracks in the paint on the boat, so I probably will need to sand everything, check to see, make sure all the cracks are not structural damage, and repaint everything. But those are small projects to be tackled later after all of the main projects are completed. My order of priority right now is to get the sails working, and which includes fixing any sails that I need, getting any new sails that I need, getting all the rigging, and getting all the rigging roped in here how it needs to be, while at the same time figuring out an easier way to get the mast up and down. And after the sails, my next priority will be living conditions, which includes getting the sink, stove, and toilet working. It has a sink, but its plumbing is shot. It's been taken apart. So I need to figure out where the water holding tank is and get that functional. This boat does have an ice locker, an ice box on it. I do plan at some point in turning that into a refrigerator, but for now I just want to get the sink working. So I need to find the holding tanks, make sure all the pipes are piped correctly, make sure all that's functioning. I need to get a new stove, and I will have a grill on the back, but that's a small project for later. And obviously, as you saw earlier, I need to get a new toilet and get that installed. It's probably going to be a manual pump toilet, and I can see the pipe there for the holding tank underneath the bed, so that's good. That should be intact, and that should be a relatively easy project. After the living conditions are taken care of, then comes the extras, the fun parts. I have an image in my head of what I want this boat to be. I definitely want to replace the speakers. I'm sure they don't work back there. I will need to wire everything up. Also, part of the living portion of fixing up this boat will be getting all the lights, the running lights, working properly. Right now, all the wiring is shot, and I'm pretty certain that most of these lights on this boat do not work. So I will be rewiring, replacing light bulbs, replacing light fixtures, anything I need, getting some lighting here on the inside. That way we can chill on the boat overnight. At some point, I do want to have running lights in here, rope lights that are tucked underneath the edges, so that you don't see any harsh light bulbs. I want rope lights all over the place. I think that would give a very nice feel to the boat, or at least what I want for the boat. Also, an interesting addition that I want on the boat for myself is rope lighting here on the deck. That gets tricky because I know that certain regulations have to be followed when it comes to lighting on the outside of the boat. So what I'm probably going to do is tuck rope lighting along the inside edge of that lip there, which I'm hoping will prevent the lights from being seen from outside the boat, yet provide significant lighting of the deck. And I think it would look very cool, considering that I will have them as color changing lights. You can set the lights to whatever mood you want. Make for a very nice entertainment boat as well. So that's a good tour of the boat and a brief rundown of what I plan on doing with the boat and future plans, and I will bring you along on as many of them as I can. I'm not very good with being in front of a camera, but I will do my best and we will see what happens. So thank you for joining my channel, and thank you for following my videos, and hopefully you will continue to do so. Any input that you might have or suggestions, things to make it easier, things that you've already may have done that might make my life a little easier in doing it myself, is greatly appreciated. So please leave your comments below, and thank you for watching.